Hey guys, what's going on? This is Market Omega back at it again with another weekly recap. I'll be going over the trades from this week, so without further ado, let's go. All right, guys. So today's recap is going to be really quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because I've got a few places to go. For one, I've got a doctor's appointment for our newborn. So, my wife literally just texted me about 10 minutes ago. So, I'm really running late. So, I just want to make sure I wrap this up really quick. Give you guys a rundown of the stocks that we're watching today and some of the stocks that were in play this week. And just kind of take it from there. Okay, so this week it's been pretty good. We saw some momentum come in on certain stocks this week, but we haven't really seen the multi-day runners, right, that we're accustomed to historically. So a few years ago around this time, we normally get a lot of momentum. So, November, December, we start seeing stocks run, right? Now, we see stocks run maybe once or twice this week, but we haven't seen the continuation stocks that will run for multiple days. I think last year we had LMPX, and the year before that we had a few shipper stocks and then blockchain stocks. I mean, they were multi-day runners. So this week we haven't really seen like the multi-day runners, but let's just keep hoping every week. Just keep hoping that we get one SPI type of stock or one Kodak type of stock that'll go crazy and give us multiple setups for multiple days. Okay, so that said, man, look at the market. So guys, like I said, I'm still bullish on SPY. I still have my target towards the end of November or around the early December to break out this all-time highs. We pulled back, and I actually expected that because we broke out of this level, right? Let me take this floating data box out. So we broke out of this double bottom area right here. We gapped up, and this was a huge gap, right? So when we filled this gap, a lot of people started panicking, and even in chat, people were like saying, "Hey, Market Omega, are you closing your SPY calls? What's going on? It looks like it's tanking, dude. No, it's not. It's not tanking. Okay, this is a breakout. It's just coming back to retest that breakout area, right? And as you can see, we're forming a series of higher lows, and this should bode well towards the end of November. I think we take out the all-time highs and continue. So I'm still holding my SPY calls, okay? And worst case scenario, I'll just roll it over. So worst case scenario, I mean, I'm not even down that much anyway. So worst case scenario, I just roll it over to December. All right. So that said, this week we had on the ninth, we had a few stocks. I think ONCT was the stock that we had on the ninth, and a few other ones. Right. Let me go back and look. And it was just hectic. I think it was like right here. So it was just hectic, man. Like this stock, this day we had Discord. We had crazy issues with Discord. Like you couldn't even send a message in Discord, and then Daz was having delay issues and Thinkorswim. Like a lot of these brokers were just having problems, and I think that's the influx of it's like the market reacting after the elections, and there's just like influx of volume, and a lot of brokers can't really handle huge volume at one time. So Discord wasn't working, DAS was delayed, and all of that. But I took a trade on ONCT, and I can't even remember what the what the entry was, but it was a pattern setup. Just give me a moment, guys. I think it was like an inverse head and shoulders formation right around here. 1 second. I think it's like right around here, right? So if you take a look, see right here is the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and draw a line through the neckline right there. See that? Boom, and this was forming higher lows as well, holding above moving averages. So, I think I got long right here in the 40s, and then I scaled out. It was a pretty clean move for me. So that was that for ONCT. If this scored, and I think I took a few more trades at the open, but I can't remember them. Plus, if Discord wasn't having issues, I would have alerted a lot of the members in chat. Discord was having issues, Daz was having issues. So, with those, when the broker's having a lot of issues like this, you don't want to size in too much. So, I took a few trades and I sat on my hands. All right. So I think another trade I took on that day was AHT, right? So AHT, it was basically a midday runner. And it wasn't on a gap scan. It just started running, and guys alerted in chat. They were like, "Hey, this stock is, it's going." And it had a lot of volume, and this was like towards the close of day. And I took a trade right here. It was a nice double bottom formation right there. So I took a trade right here. Let me draw this right here. It was clear as day. So I took a trade right here. I actually anticipated it. Okay. So, I didn't get in exactly at this point. I basically just saw the volume was rising. So I got in earlier, and then I scaled out on the pop, moved my stop to break even, and it came out and stopped me. So I could have taken another trade when it formed again, but I just, I didn't trust it. I didn't really trust it. Why? Because I didn't like how it broke this level and then it just flushed. I don't like that. I want to see it break and go, right? Think about it, like a nice W pattern, break and go. I don't like it when it breaks out and then it kind of flushes, even though it went, but I just didn't trust it after that. Okay, so that was that. I took WISA. I was on the 10th. So where was that? So I took WISA, and it was an ABCD setup, right? And that was the day I was actually on the mic, and I saw this thing, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm going long right here. I was actually on the mic, but I think I got long right here. Where did I even get long? I think like in the 20s or something, like somewhere around there. So I got long somewhere around there. This is a nice ABC setup, holding moving averages and nice uptrend. The volume was there. It wasn't like diminishing volume, so I liked it. So I took a long right there. Now, my intention was to literally hold this thing over 350s and 360s. That was basically my intention after I got long, right? But I just, man, GTEC was moving. And guys, like I was watching GTEC. I just, it was just too sweet, too good to pass up. So, I got in GTEC a few times. I made money, and when I was on the mic, a lot of my attention was on GTEC. So, what happened with WISA? I was in the trade, and if I had held, I would have made more money. But I basically stopped out when it pulled back right here. I just said, you know what, I'm getting out. I stopped out with break even. I mean, but normally I wouldn't have done that. I would have just held it and let the trade work for me. Let it get to my price target. But I was too busy watching GTEC, and then I was commenting on WISA, commenting on GTEC, and GTEC had the more momentum and more volume. So I focused on the one with more momentum and more volume. So that's that. I took a tiny loss on that. It was like a slippage loss. So that was that for WISA. Now, FPRX. So FPRX, this stock, right? It was just, look, I wouldn't advise you to trade a stock like this if you're a novice trader, right? If you don't really know what you're doing, don't trade a stock like FPRX. Why? Because, this stock had high institutional ownership. It's like 70% institutional ownership. And whenever you see high IEO stocks, just know for a fact that it's just going to be a lot of games, a lot of, just a lot of games on the tape. And, this stock, basically I got long right here, right? On this double bottom formation right there. It's like the W. So I got long right here, right? And my target was basically pre-market high and above. Now, when I got long right here, it basically popped up and then it dropped. And if you can see on the level two, the spread was actually wide. And I could just tell that, they were doing, they kept propping the bid up and everything. And when they propped the bid up, they will spike it and they'll sell into the spike. And they kept doing that. They did that here. They did that here. They just kept doing that. And in areas where you think it'll break out by a few cents, and then it'll just drop. So it'll drop and then continue on its regular trajectory. So when I saw this, I was prepared to hold this for about a point, maybe a point and a half to my stop, because I just made it a point, right? I just said, you know what, you guys are not gonna stop me out, okay? I made an effort to stay in the stock. I wasn't gonna let the manipulators stop me out easily. I just knew what they were doing, and whenever you find them doing stuff like this on the tape, and you kind of know their agenda, like knowing their agenda is the hard part. But if you can figure out their agenda, then you position yourself at a very good a very good area in order for you to maximize your profits. And I just knew what they were doing, so I was like, you know what, you guys are not going to stop me out easily, because I just know that, the end goal is to run this thing up to pre-market, right, and then possibly dump it over there, and that's typically what happens. So I got long right here. I think I got long like the 2290s, and I just kept holding it, and it came down. It came down all the way to about the 2220s. I think that was like 70 something cents. So my stop was about a point. Now if I was going to risk a point, I wanted to make at least a point from the move, and that's exactly what happened. So I got in, boom, they tanked it, I held it, and I was telling the guys in chat, hey, look, man, just be patient, right? I mean, this is not for the faint of heart. If you're a novice trader, don't try to trade the stock like this, or don't commit a lot of capital to it. So basically got long, held it, I saw the higher lows, and when I saw this, I started smiling. I was like, okay, this is pretty awesome. Got the higher lows, the volume came in, boom, rip. So I basically sold out on this move right here. So got my money, chunked the deuces. I was done with this name. I wasn't gonna trade it, and I don't think I'll ever trade it again. It's just a weird ticker, high IO name. I mean, you don't really want to mess with that. So as far as today, we had Solo, CBAT. Let's see. We got Solo, CBAT, HOFV, Sun W, NETE. I took a trade on NETE, basically on the wash. Got long at the wash, held it, and made some money on that. And what was the other trade that I took? Was it Solo? I think I took Solo somewhere around here on this move up. It was basically a bull flag. And see, a lot of times, like with these patterns, right? You want to see volume, okay? You want to see volume. That's the thing. You want to see volume, and yeah, you don't think that you just have to jump in right away, right? I mean, it takes a certain skill level to know when to jump in right away and when to kind of stay on the sideline. So. Solo, a lot of people were short this name already, right? So, a lot of shorts were caught with their pants down. So if you're a long bias trader like myself, you want to take advantage of it. So got long and basically scaled out on the move, and I'm done with it. Now this thing can still move, towards the late day, right? I mean, the day's not over. I'm watching this name. I'm watching CBAT. I'm watching this. This can get some legs. Those are the two names that I'm watching. GTEC. At this point, it just looks dead. Over here, it kind of looked okay because the volume was still there, but now it just looks dead. So those are the names that I'm watching as far as the later part of the day, and hopefully we can get some type of momentum, especially in Solo. If this thing can go, it could really rip. It'll cause a massive squeeze. All right. So that's that for the short recap. Feel free to subscribe to Mad Ass Money. The link is in the description below, guys. We always have sales in the room, so subscribe. And when you subscribe, just look me up in the chat room. I'm Market Omega, and I post a lot of my trades and ideas in the chat. And feel free to hit me up, through to my private message, and I'll do my best to answer. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just type in Market Omega, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload new content. And feel free to follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. I post my ideas and thought process there as well. Post ideas on everything from stocks to cryptocurrencies to sports and just life in general. All right. You guys have been wonderful. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back next week with another weekly recap. Take care.